We want to introduce you to 7-year-old Decker Sharp. He lives in Nashville, Tennessee. He's smart, athletic, funny, and his mom told me, David, he gives the best hugs. But she'll also tell you that his heart is a little funky. Decker was born with congenital heart defects, specifically an atrioventricular septal defect and pulmonary stenosis. According to his mom, that means his heart was filled with holes and that the pulmonary valve was too narrow. At 8 months old, he had his first open heart surgery to repair those defects. Then, at 3.5, he had another open heart surgery because there was a mass that had developed leading to his aorta, and that was affecting the pressure and the blood flow to his heart. Looking at Decker, you wouldn't know anything's wrong. I mean, there is another problem lurking, though. His ascending aorta is essentially thinning, and so pressure is building in his heart. Now, Decker loves to play sports. I mean, sports runs in his family. His father, Doug Sharp, was a U.S. Olympian, earning the bronze medal in bobsledding. No surprise, little Decker told me that he wants to be a sports star. His pediatric cardiologist, who we spoke to, is allowing him to play sports. But she prescribed for him, and his parents actually, an AED that she told the mom and dad, I want you to take with you when you go to Decker's sports events, just in case. That is an automated external defibrillator, and it's used to shock someone's heart, restarting it essentially, and saving their life. Now, Decker's doctor, Dr. English Flack, believes that Decker may be at risk for sudden cardiac death while exercising, all because of his aortic stenosis, which is the result of that congenital heart defect, which is what we started with. Dr. Flack told Decker's family that she's worried that if Decker has a big event, as she calls it, the first one might be the last one. It could kill him. Here's the catch. Anthem, which is the insurance company for Decker and his family, denied the doctor's prescription for an AED. In a statement to CBS News, Anthem said, quote, our clinical team has carefully reviewed and re-reviewed Decker's case, our medical policies, and the medical literature regarding use of AEDs for atrial septal defects. The existing medical evidence does not support that AEDs offer benefits to patients with atrial septal defects, and as a result, these devices are not a covered benefit under the family's health plan. But here's the deal. An AED is not used to fix a heart defect, but it can be used to save someone's life if a person with a heart defect goes into sudden cardiac arrest. That's what the AED is needed for. AEDs save lives. That's why it's recommended by the American Medical Association. And if you go look in the back of almost every ambulance in America, you're going to find an AED. An AED costs between $1,000 and $3,000 when we looked into it. For Decker, it could be a lifesaver. His family told CBS News in a statement, we are disappointed in Anthem's decision, but unfortunately not surprised. Our hope remains that this will start a conversation to set parameters around when AED coverage is appropriate. They certainly save lives, the family said. Moreover, we wholeheartedly believe that doctors should lead healthcare decisions, not insurance companies. One more thing before we go. If Dr. Flack were to say, you know what, I'm going to prescribe that Decker get an AED implanted in his chest, which, by the way, she is not recommending at this point in his life. But if she were to say that, the insurance company would cover it. But her prescription for the parents to carry around an AED to sporting events to save their son's life given his high risk of sudden cardiac arrest has been denied by Anthem.